Alicia is amazing. We just hit it off and she was super diligent. Just kind of on a whim, I said, someday you should be a mass tort lawyer. And she took me up on it. And within the year, she was working on the kind of stuff that we were originally doing her own thing and together with us. And then there came an opportunity to add her to the team. And so she now runs the mass tort department of Watts Guerra.
She's brilliant, of course. She has single-handedly taken what our mass tort department used to be to the perfect fine-tuned machine that it is now. And it's just because she is ridiculously loyal to Michael and I. She will kill herself if she has to get it to what it's been. And frankly, the reason I sleep a little better at night.
I'm the managing partner of the Watts Guerra Mass Tort offices. I grew up in Galveston, Texas. It's a small island that's right on the water. I grew up without like a ton of resources. My parents worked very, very hard my whole life and demonstrated for us how important hard work was and also really believed that education was important. So they always tried to encourage me to use the skills that they saw in me as being sort of argumentative. I was in acting school. I was thinking about moving to New York. One of my very good friends named Jessica was also going to move to New York with me. We had another friend who was also going to do the same thing. And I was supposed to get dropped off to see, she was working at a theater we always worked at in the community. I was going to see their gala that night, but I was sick, so my brother drove me home. And the next morning, you know, with landlines back then, my phones were ringing, both phones were ringing, and everybody was calling us asking if I knew where Jessica was. And I didn't, because I hadn't gotten dropped off there, and they had found her truck on the side of the road between, on the way to Galveston from League City, which is just I-45 South. And she wasn't in it, but her purse was, and she was just gone. And as you can imagine, like everything changed, like the whole world stopped. And we organized searches, and local authorities came in, and she was still under 18, so the FBI came in, and all of these incredible strangers showed up to help us look for her, right? Like, I mean, thousands of people showed up in the August heat in South Texas to look for somebody they didn't know. And I just kind of looked around at them and thought, like, man, I owe you guys something, right? And it just made me want to do more. I went to the University of Texas School of Law as well, like Michael and Frank, but I went to law school to be a prosecutor, and I did that. I was a prosecutor in Harris County in Houston for 10 years. I think that being a prosecutor for a young lawyer, if you really truly want to be a trial attorney, it's invaluable. I feel comfortable in any courtroom, in front of any judge, no matter what happens, no matter what a witness does. I've been first chair in 50 jury trials. Everything bad that could ever happen to you, everything good that could ever happen to you has happened to me. So I feel very comfortable in my own skin in the courtroom. One of the things that I love the most about this firm is that Michael and Frank and myself too were so invested in letting the young lawyers really get involved in the trials and really learn and come into the courtroom with us and start taking witnesses when they're ready. It's the only way you can really learn. I learned from other female trial attorneys by going to court and watching them try cases, right? They weren't trying to tell me what they were doing. I just studied it until I understood it, and I saw what they did that was different than the male attorneys. And I didn't have a lot of female mentors. In fact, I didn't have a female mentor as a trial attorney, as an attorney, until I was 37 years old. And I remember when she first was very kind to me and told me I should be sitting in her chair, you know, and I was like, is this real? And I never want any of the younger female attorneys at this firm to feel like that for 1 second. I'm here for one reason, to hold the door open for you.
She's amazing. She's someone very incredible to follow.
I hope to one day manage cases the way that she does.
I think Alicia is a great role model, especially female lawyers.
I heard they call her the ray of sunshine on San Antonio, and she is.
She's super organized. The staff loves her. She is the guardian of the principle that we're going to do the right thing for these clients, and that's her job on a day-to-day basis.